Hey guys, let's get more news about Lakers, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Lakers' most productive trade talk could bring back 22-point scoring wing. The Los Angeles Lakers had been actively seeking a trade that would bolster their current roster, which fell short in the first round of the last NBA playoffs. Their most substantive talk is with the rebuilding Washington Wizards, which would bring back Kyle Kuzma to Los Angeles, according to Lakers Daily's Anthony Irwin. Among Portland, Brooklyn, Toronto, and Washington, sources close to the team say talks have been most productive with Washington, Irwin wrote on July 3. Irwin added Kuzma is open to returning to the Lakers after he was traded to the Wizards in the Russell Westbrook deal in 2021, a move that backfired. Washington just last season came very close to trading Kuzma to the Dallas Mavericks, but wound up keeping him once Kuzma let it be known he didn't want to be in Dallas over concerns they weren't close enough to winning a championship. Unfortunately for him, Dallas played in this year's championship series. League and team sources have maintained over the last year or so that Kuzma would welcome a return to Los Angeles, just as the Lakers would love to have him back, Irwin wrote. Kuzma is coming off his most productive season as the main star of a lottery team, averaging career highs of 22.2 points on 46.3% shooting and 4.2 assists, while tallying 6.6 rebounds per game. He was a consistent 20-point scorer over the last 2 seasons. He won a championship with the Lakers in the Orlando bubble in 2020. A season later, he was traded to the Wizards. Kuzma was the 27th overall pick in 2017, and was dealt to the Lakers along with Brook Lopez in a draft day trade with the Brooklyn Nets for D'Angelo Russell and Timofey Mozgov. Kuzma and Russell might get traded for each other for the second time. Rob Pelinka understood heading in they would be extremely limited in free agency, and after striking out with Klay Thompson and others, is now focused on upgrades using D'Angelo Russell's expiring contract and the draft capital at his disposal, according to sources close to the situation speaking on the condition of anonymity, Irwin wrote. The 6'9" Kuzma has on one of the best value deals in the league today, a declining 4-year, $90 million with 3 years left. The Lakers can combine 2 future first-round picks, 2029 and 2031, and use their 2030 first-rounder as a standalone draft capital in their search for a significant upgrade. They also have 5 pick swaps and 2 future second-round picks. Talks between 6-time NBA All-Star Demar DeRozan's camp and the Lakers have stalled, according to Bleacher Report/TNT's NBA insider Chris Haynes. I would consider it frozen, Haynes said on #ThisLeagueUncut podcast on July 2. Antarctica. The reason behind it is DeRozan's unwillingness to join the Lakers on a discount. Despite the shrinking market for DeRozan, the 6-time NBA All-Star is still seeking more than the $12.9 million non-taxpayer mid-level exception. So a team is going to have to get really creative if they want to try to offer DeRozan something more than the mid-level exception, Haynes said. With a sign-and trade, you get a 3-year deal. I know DeRozan will probably be amenable to taking on a 1-year deal. But I just don't see him taking the full mid-level exception, which is that $13 million. 3 moves the Lakers must make after securing LeBron extension. The Los Angeles Lakers have a long list of things to answer after their season was cut short for the 2nd straight year at the hands of the Denver Nuggets. They decided to change voices, adding J.J. Redick as the head coach. Shortly after the Redick hire, they took Dalton Knecht and Bronny James in the 2024 NBA draft, focusing on free agency and the trade market. Los Angeles can take a major sigh of relief as they agreed to terms with LeBron James, keeping him in town for at least the 2024-25 season. Now that LeBron is locked down, the focus pivots onto the rest of the organization. Below, we'll discuss 3 moves the Lakers must make after LeBron's extension. The Lakers know their 2 best players are in the frontcourt. James will be entering his 22nd season in the league, so he can't be expected to have the same workload and shoulder the same burden. Meanwhile, Davis has a history of getting nicked up throughout the year, so it would be wise for the Lakers to add some players to the frontcourt. Cam Reddish is not going to cut it next season. Los Angeles badly needs some athletic, two-way threats in the frontcourt. The Lakers need someone who can consistently draw defenders offensively while being a solid defender. A player like Isaac Okoro would be nice for Los Angeles. He can guard multiple positions, hit an open perimeter shot, and actively cut to the rack. Last season for the Cleveland Cavaliers, Okoro averaged 9.4 points and 3 rebounds per game and shot 39% from downtown. Caleb Martin is someone else to keep an eye on. Martin can score one-on-one and defend opposing swingmen. Last year for the Miami Heat, he logged 10 points, 4.4 rebounds, and 2.2 assists per game. Interesting name pops up in rumored Demar DeRozan Lakers sign-in trade. Demar DeRozan won't be around much longer. He and the Chicago Bulls appear to be heading in opposite directions. That was crystallized when they traded Alex Caruso to Oklahoma City. DeRozan wants to play for a contender, meaning he will seek a new home and the Bulls will work out a sign-in trade. One team that already seems aggressive in their push to get him is the Los Angeles Lakers. They need another star-caliber player alongside LeBron James and Anthony Davis. DeRozan, being a versatile scorer and LA native, seems like such an obvious choice. Rumors surfaced that the Lakers have sent out feelers to the 34-year-old about a deal. It isn't clear how interested DeRozan may or may not be. If he is, things could move quickly. The big question becomes what the Bulls can get back for him. NBA TV provided an answer when they discussed the topic. Former All-Star Steve Smith stated the Lakers would have to give up something. The name that immediately came to mind was 26-year-old guard Austin Reaves. Three-point shooting has been a constant headache for the organization for years. Reaves averaged 5.1 attempts last season and hit 36.7% of them. Only Kobe White had a similar consistency from downtown, not nearly enough. Having two such options from that range should help space the court more for everybody else. He averaged 15.9 points and 5.5 assists last season. While he may not be a star, Reaves would be a nice complementary piece on the young roster the Bulls are piecing together. Some Bulls fans may wish for draft compensation instead. That would mean the Lakers' first-round pick in 2026. They may prefer that route if they want to keep Reaves on the roster. They won't want to lose his shooting range. LA is in pure win-now mode. Sacrificing their first-rounder 2 years from now is something you have to do when chasing championships in a closing window. James has signed for only 2 more years. If they're going to get one more, it has to be now. And you, fan? What do you think of the situation of DeMar DeRozan? Leave your opinion in the comments.